Hello and welcome back to another Star Citizen video. It is time to talk about an interesting ship, and for some cases it can be called a daily driver ship in my opinion. But that is a very interesting thing because we're going to touch a little bit, right? Just a little bit about daily drivers as well, in my point of view, right? I did talk a little bit about that, but first, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and help this channel grow. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I am trying my best to diligently upload video every day as best as I can. Okay, that's one. Number two, when it comes to Star Citizen, there is only one PSA that everyone should know, and that is you only need a starter pack to enjoy the game. And that's about it. Everything else is optional. Everything else is to support the development of Star Citizen. But that being said, Star Citizen, or rather RSI, has already raised, depending how you want to put it, right? RSI or CIG has raised a lot of money already. That's it. They have the bag, okay? And it is time to make them deliver the game. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's all I want to say. Okay, so vote with your wallet. That's for sure. If you are not confident, that's cool. All right. You can always join the free flight event. That's always the best option. In fact, that's the option I would introduce first. Go to free flight event, enjoy the game, and if you like it, just get a starter pack. And then after that, hold on to your internet spaceship addiction. Oh, we need an internet spaceship anonymous, right? Yeah, now people like me who spends way too much money on internet spaceship. Okay, anyway, that's that. Let's begin with what do we get for the gray markets shift, or rather, what is the gray market shift? It's basically a Mad Max in space, right? Depending how you want to see it, right? For me, it's Mad Max in space. For some people who play EVE Online, there is a race out there which is Minotaur, and everything is held by duct tape, right? Spaceship is held by duct tape, or you can say spaceship is held by hopes and dreams. Oh boy. Okay, anyway, it is a, what you call this, it is a modified ship out there which has zero identity in my opinion, but it is using the Cutlass chassis as the base. Of course, there are a few things missing. For example, the side wings, which is a tractor beam, and then the engines is different. Our turret is different, and then we have some extra thruster over here, and we have more pew pew. Okay, that's for sure. No, not more pew pew. We have a higher, larger tier weapon hardpoint. Instead of size 3 we have size 4, but because we are missing two size 3 hardpoint. But then again, there's also an interesting thing: the remote turret is pilot controlled if you don't have a co-pilot. And this is the part where I'm going to sidetrack a little bit. I don't know why, or rather is the intention for CIG to move away from multi-crew experience. Not so sure about that yet. I want to see how they want to implement this, because it's a very, very interesting thing, right? If you don't have a co-pilot, the pilot can assume control, and in most cases you want most control on the pilot instead of the co-pilot, right? Instead of relying on another person, because you can bring two ships. Two ships is better than one multi-crew ship for ships that is smaller than large for now. Okay, so I want to see how they want to rebalance the multi-crew part, because that is important. Why pick a larger ship when you can all get the small ships, and then, get a group of smaller ships and then go pew pew? So that's a very interesting thing. Okay, so let's start off with the loadout. So quad remote turret from the Hurricane, loaded with size 3 guns, which is nice. Two size 4 ballistic Gatling gun from Redacted. Doesn't matter. This is basically the base loadout. All right. Again, I would want to say, and as a reminder, not just for me but for people as well, when I check a ship, I only care about the size that the ship has, because the guns and weapons can always change. Unless it's a bespoke weapon, then we can talk about it. But since it's not a bespoke weapon, it is just a size gun. Then yeah, because you can load up with anything to your heart's content. Okay, and of course, the larger the size, the better in general. And of course, I expect it to be nerfed if it's way too, air quote, overpowered slash abused in general. Okay, so that's that. Next up, VTOL. Okay, so basically change the engine. Engine specialized in long range travel. All right, that's from the freelancer. That's okay. So of course we have all this cool stuff, but there is no stats. So unfortunately, we're gonna need to take a look from the DPS calculator. Price wise is actually relatively okay. Now, even though I say okay, I will still not recommend to buy this ship outright at sticker price, even though it's 135. I would say go lower, just get a Warborn upgrade, and then slowly upgrade to the Shiv. I can guarantee you can get cheaper than 135 for sure. But then again, you need to be a little bit more patient, because not many ships, the cheaper range of ships that you can get often usually is about here, like $100 to $300 ship, which is, that's their strategy so far, right? CIG and ships, and that's the reason why they raise a lot of money already. Okay, that's the reason why I don't recommend buying sticker price. Although I have to point out that you do get a lifetime insurance. So if your hands are, I wouldn't say, I'm gonna say this, for $135, the answer is no. Okay, the answer is no. But if you really, really, like, this is the far extreme end. If you really, 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 really want it, I think this is the one where it falls under defense, where if I close one eye and say, okay, but still no. All right, even though I say it's okay, but still no. 10 years, this is mainly for the standalone, and obviously if the price if the ship price is at 150, then this is a hard ship to generally recommend, in my opinion, because right now we have 135 plus upgrade, right? Warborn upgrade. This is the key thing when it comes to some ships that that you want to buy with real money. Do note, a lot of my opinion comes from if you are spending real money. If you are just playing in-game and then spending in-game money to grab the ship that you enjoy flying the most. No. If you're gonna spend with real money, you should spend on the ship that you enjoy flying. Because because the other path is you're gonna get the ship regardless anyway, right? You just grind a little bit more than usual, and then poof, there you go, one ship. Yeah, that's it. Because all the ships are obtainable in game. All you need to do is just play, and that's it. That's really it for this. So at 135, okay, but I would say just grab the Warborn upgrade and wait for a cheaper ship. And to talk about cheaper ships, I won't say I foresee, but I can say during anniversary sale there will be ship sale. And if we are lucky, so far a lot of IAE a lot of anniversary sales slash IAE event, we do get like some sort of a starter ship with lifetime insurance, so you are technically not bounded by this perk in a way. And to top it off, if there are starter ships out there with lifetime insurance in general, all right, if it's a new ship, you get a game package as well. So it's like a win-win-win scenario. And that's the reason why I don't recommend to get the ship outright. Even though, yeah, 135, sure, but no. Okay, nope. All right. So that's that for the people who want to spend money. Now, for those who are curious, is this ship worth buying, both in-game? Actually, no. If I say in-game, any ship is worth buying in general. Is the ship worth your time? That's the question, all right? For people who spend with real money, is the ship worth buying? Hence, the title, is it worth shipping? And we're gonna, no, we're gonna talk a little bit about Daily Driver. Not yet. Once we get to see the stats, then only we will talk about daily drivability. I will put it this way. Okay, so let's see. Shiv has 2 size 4 and 4 size 3, which is great. And all these are pilot control weapons, so it is taken into consideration. Missile racks, we have quite a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 4 size 3, 4, 8. 8 size 3 and 8 size 2. We definitely can lower it down to size 3, size 2 if we want to. Come on, leave empty. Yup. And I'm sure we cannot? No? I'm sure we can stuff a size 2 somewhere. Anyway, we're just gonna leave it for now. And that's that for missiles. Shield, we got 1 size 2. Power plant 1 size 2. Coolers 2 size 2. Quantum drive 1 size 2. Radar size 2. So mostly a size 2 stuff. Sweet. Now we're gonna compare to the Cutlass Black first. Alright. And that is 4 size 3. So in general, the Shiv does supposed to out DPS in general, but of course if you see the DPS right now, because I'm using stock loadout, and stock loadout might not be accurate in a way, right, for now, but it doesn't really make sense. You only get extra 30 even with the stock loadout. Let's see, 615 for the ballistic gatling default, and then the tormentor you're getting 1000 sustained DPS. And let's see, Mantis you're getting half, and then Panther you're getting 200. So where does this 1200 if your DPS is like that? That is hilarious, right? The calculation. So sometimes that's the reason why I don't really go through the DPS as much as I can. Okay, I want to avoid that. So that's one. Number two, we want to take a look at the cross chassis, because if we come to ship to ship, especially with the similar chassis or similar silhouette, then the Cutlass Black at 1.3k. So okay, so the lowest that you can go is, let's see if I shut down everything, because there is a general rule of thumb is that in general your cross section is your minimum in a way. Even though if you shut down everything, it says 7.9, yes, you probably can go down to 7.9 depending on the angle of the ship, but in general you're going to be a little bit hot. Yeah, and if you're compared to gray market shift, yeah, you are definitely hot. If I turn down everything, oh no, about the same here, 18. So overall only the cross section. So cross section for shift is the winner. Wow. And it's fast. Okay, it's supposed to be faster since it's a modified version. All right, faster. Let's see, maneuverability. Maneuverability is important. 50, 42, 137, 39. Oh, straight away it's better than the Cutlass Black. So that is great. All right, so that is good. Next up, we want to take a look is not say power consumption, HP, cargo, because if we were to compare to Cutlass Black, and here comes the daily driver, not say criteria, but the Cutlass Black has been my go-to daily driver in general, because it can do everything I want to do, and that's about it. Yeah, it does not perform everything as its maximum capability, that's for sure. For example, if you're going to go to combat, I can guarantee you probably can go to a high threat, right? Yeah, high difficult, high threat, no, VHRT, yeah, HRT, right? High threat. And that's that. If you want to go to very high, then the Cutlass Black will struggle. That is a give and take. Of course, you can slowly chip away the health of your enemy, you know, kite them, whatnot. So that's basically comes down to skill. And if you want to do bunker, we can do it. You want to grab some cargo, you can do it, especially for 46 SU. That's actually quite generous for a Cutlass, for a ship at size 3. Yeah, the closest thing to that would be the Freelancer, and that I don't think C1 Freelancer. There's a few ships out there. So we're gonna take a look at Freelancer first. Just a quick little thing. MISC Freelancer. Freelancer has 2 size 5 but 4 size 3. That's the reason why this is the direct competitor. Freelancer 66 SCU, which is a lot. Alright, the only difference is with huge cargo, this ship drives like a brick compared to Cutlass Black. Alright, next up we have the Crusader C1. Where are you, Crusader? Crusader C1 Spirit. Alright, size 3 again. We have 64 SU, which is great. And yeah, so if you want to compare that in general, so like C1 Spirit is my go-to daily driver. Cutlass Black is also a good go-to daily driver. Freelancer, as much as I don't like it, it drives like a brick, but it is still also a good daily driver. Now, would the Shiv replace those ships? And the answer is okay. Less cargo. So you're getting less cargo for more, I won't say DPS, but for larger size weapon, more. In fact, it's more. 2 size 4 and 4 size 3. That's a lot of pew pew, okay? That's a lot. And let's see, what's next? HP, we don't need to compare too much at 34, right? 34k. Let's see, Cutlass Black should be around the same as well. Oh, lower, 29. Okay, it didn't say modified armor for Shiv. What about C1 Spirit? C1 Spirit is up, haha, straight away, double. Double. And C1 Spirit has 1, 2, 3, 4, size 3. Sweet. What about the Freelancer? Freelancer should be a bit beefy as well. 31. Okay, yes, it is beefy. So the beefiest is the C1, which is good. Because I love the C1, right? C1 replaced quite a lot. However, Shiv also is a great candidate, I would say. Looking at the stats we have so far, fantastic. Not the HP, but decent HP. Cargo, not the best. But not the worst. Okay, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. Yes, it is the worst compared to the other alternatives so far, but 32 versus Cutlass Black at 46, you're not losing out a lot. If it's half, okay, that makes more sense. So that's that for Cutlass Black. Actually, not bad. Yeah, but $135 compared to $110 for the Cutlass Black, $110 for the Freelancer, $125 for the C1 Spirit. The Shiv is basically the opposite of C1. You want more pew pew, go for the Shiv. If you want to be more cargo hauling, less combat, C1 Spirit. Do we have a tractor beam here? I need to oh no, what I mean, no tractor beam, zero, because it replaces what Cutlass Black had for the tractor beam. Let's see, radars, paint, thrusters. Did it list out any? Did it got removed? Oh no, oh boy. Because they did say they're going to put a tractor beam on Cutlass, but did they really didn't put it anymore? Because with the new introduction of the, not say new introduction, with the introduction of tractor beam some time ago, they should update it. But if they did not update it, that means I assume it is no longer there. Yeah, wow. Because it literally says here, C1 Spirit, remote turret, and that's a sure grip. And then if we go to Cutlass Black, man, there we go. Sure grip, S1. It's there. I know it's there. Yeah, only Shiv does not have it. Okay, fair enough. So with that, that's it. You know what? Shiv would be my go-to combat daily driver in general. If I want more pew pew Shiv, if I want to do more cargo hauling, I would go for the C1. So that's a great thing. Right now we have options all across the board. And with that, is Shiv worth shipping? The answer is at $135. If you get the Warbond upgrade, the answer is yes. At $150 store credit, answer is no. Yeah, no. It's just way too much. Because you can get $25 cheaper C1, and then of course if you got the Warbond upgrade for the C1, yeah, that's a no-brainer. But currently at 135, I think this is the best opportunity to start building up and prepare for the anniversary sale or the IAE 2955. I definitely got one for myself, and that is number one. I think if I want to go small daily driver, it's either Shiv or the Cutlass Red, which I'll talk a little bit more about daily drivers in a different video closer or during the anniversary sale. Yeah, because that's where we can have options. And then I think we already went through the most of the options that I will pick that is on the list. But we'll talk a little, I'll talk a little bit more down the road anyways. Some of them is already covered in this video. So with that, that's all I have for you for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button and help this channel grow. Again, I'm trying to get 1,000 sub by the end of the year. If you like it, thumbs up, subscribe. If you don't like it, do comment down below. And last but not least, all right, don't you only need a starter pack? Come on. Last, all right, I think I need to open with a PSA and with a PSA. So I will end with you only need a starter pack in order to enjoy Star Citizen, and all the ships are obtainable in game, and in this case that's it. Yeah, yep. All right, until then, I will see you in the verse, and fly dangerous.